My name is Emily Teacher, and today we're going to read Saving the Planet. Smog is a mixture of smoke and fog. Americans became unhappily aware of it in the 1960s when it hung over Los Angeles for days on end. Smog made the air not only unpleasant to breathe, but actually detrimental to people's health. Many believed this polluted air produced by smoke from vehicle exhausts and factory chimneys to be an omen of things to come if people did not take better care of the environment. So, here we're talking about smog, right? Air pollution caused by things people made, right? Smoke from factories, emissions from vehicles, and how it's had a negative effect on our world. The environment is the world we inhabit, everything living and inanimate. Environmentalists are people who wish to preserve the environment or to help keep the environment protected. They deplore the damage that we are doing to it and remind us that we share our planet with millions of other species of plants and animals. They cherish this diversity of life and believe we all should do the same. For a long time, governments at both the state and national level have been derelict when it came to protecting the environment. The chief reason for this was the apathy of the public. So, because the people in the public weren't saying anything, they didn't know about the effects on the environment, so the government didn't really care to do anything about it. The public was largely unaware of environmental damage until it was almost too late. Rachel Carson's Silent Spring, published in 1962, warned of the harm being done to the environment by overuse of chemical fertilizers and pesticides. Her book had an enormous impact. Voters began to take an interest in environmental issues. That gave lawmakers the incentive to take action. So now, because the people know about it and they care about it, the government can do things about it. They want to do things about it. Environmentalists badgered Congress to pass laws such as the Clean Air Acts of 1970 and 1990. Finally, industries that were the worst polluters were compelled to reduce the emissions from vehicles and factory chimneys. So now, because there were changes starting to happen with laws, some of these really big, bad companies that were putting a lot of pollution into the air were told that they have to do less of that now. Citizens cannot, however, be deluded into thinking that simply passing laws will protect people from environmental harm. Individuals must remain active. An example of a person who did just this is Janice Dickerson. She made it her mission in life to educate people about the dangers of living along a 75-mile stretch of the Mississippi River south of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. During recent decades, the area witnessed the building of more than 100 chemical factories and oil refineries. Those factories emitted smoke from chimneys and dumped chemicals into the river. Known as Cancer Alley, this area has one of the highest cancer rates in the United States. So, just because there are some laws passed doesn't mean that the environment will be safe. So, this person, Janet Dickerson, right, she wanted to teach people about the dangers of living along this part of the Mississippi River. Because on this part of the Mississippi River, there were a lot of factories putting pollution into the air and even into the rivers, into the water. So in this area, there's a very, very high rate of people who get cancer because of the pollution. One evening in March 2015, Leanne Walters of Flint, Michigan decided she had enough. Her family had been suffering from numerous medical problems for months. Her twin sons kept breaking out in rashes, and one had stopped growing normally. Others in her family had been rushed to the hospital with stomach problems. But that March evening was when Leanne decided to act. That was when her eldest daughter, her oldest daughter, showed her a clump of hair that had fallen out while she was taking a shower. Leanne Walters suspected that something in the drinking water might be the cause. She sent a sample to the Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, where it was tested and found to contain high levels of lead, one of the most toxic substances known. Leanne, working closely with the EPA, discovered the cause. To save money, the city had switched its drinking supply water from Lake Huron to the Flint River, a former dumping ground for manufacturers. Other nearby towns tested their water and found that the problem was more widespread than Flint. The cost to replace water pipes will run into billions of dollars. So the city was trying to save money, right? So they changed where they get their drinking water from. But their drinking water was coming from a place that was so polluted, the water was making everybody sick. So finally, when the EPA found out and everyone found out, they would need to replace the water pipes. So even though they tried to save money, they'll have to be spending billions now to fix those pipes where the water was going through. One of the most effective ways of getting people involved in environmental issues has been Earth Day. The purpose of Earth Day is to foster awareness of the harm we are doing to our planet. Started in 1970 in the United States, it has grown rapidly. And on Earth Day 2009, more than 1 billion people around the world participated in its activities. Earth Day is celebrated each year on April 22nd, but to those who care about the environment, every day is Earth Day. So on Earth Day is a great time to take part in saving the planet, right? Cleaning up trash on the side of the road or planting some plants or trees in your neighborhood can be a good way to participate. Thank you for reading with me today. We do have links related to each article, and if you would like the link for this video, you can find it down in the description below.